Hi, and happy 4th of July. Today we're going to talk about Jesus, when Jesus raises the dead girl and heals a sick woman. When Jesus had again crossed over by boat to the other side of the lake, a large crowd gathered around him while he was by the lake. Then one of the synagogue leaders named Jairus came, and when he saw Jesus, he fell at his feet. He pleaded earnestly with him, "My little daughter is dying. Please come and put your hands on her so that she will be healed and live." So Jesus went with him. A large crowd followed and pressed around him, and a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors and had spent all she had, yet instead of getting better, she grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloak, because she thought, "If I just touch his clothes, I will be healed." Immediately, her bleeding stopped, and she felt in her body that she was freed from her suffering. At once, Jesus realized that the power had gone out from him. He turned around into the crowd and asked, "Who touched my clothes?" "You see the people crowding against you," his disciples answered, "and yet you can ask, 'Who touched me?'" But Jesus kept looking around to see who had done it. Then the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell at his feet and trembled with fear, telling him the whole truth. He said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free from your suffering." So do you think that the woman was nervous that Jesus would be mad?
Yeah.
Would you be nervous?
Yeah.
So we don't have, we can't follow around Jesus and touch his clothes.
Yeah.
But what can we do to someone or for someone that may be suffering? What can we do?
Like if you were sick, I could help around the house, or like I could give food or money to a homeless person.
What can you do that wouldn't even cost you any money?
I could either, like I said before, help around the house, or I could...
You could even just be nice.
Yeah.
Share a smile, make them feel happy for the day, right? Would it be super cool if we just bumped into people and some of whatever it is they're great at wore off on us? Like we bumped into Pastor JP and then all of a sudden we became silly. Or you bumped into Alex Morgan and got super soccer skills. That'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
While Jesus was still speaking, some people came from the house of Jairus, the synagogue leader. "Your daughter is dead," they said. "Why bother the teacher anymore?" Overhearing what they said, Jesus told them, "Don't be afraid, just believe." He did not let anyone follow him except Peter, James, and John, the brother of James. When they came to the home of the synagogue leader, Jesus saw a commotion, while people crying and wailing loudly. He went in and said to them, "Why all the commotion and wailing? The child is not dead, but asleep." But they laughed at him. After he put them all out, he took the child's father and mother and the disciples who were with him and went in to where the child was. He took her by the hand and said to her, "Talitha koum," which means, "Little girl, I say to you, get up." Immediately, the girl stood up and began to walk around. She was 12 years old. At this, they were completely astonished. He gave strict orders not to let anyone know about this and told them to give her something to eat. What do you think of that story?
That's cool.
That's cool. All right. Yes. I would say so. If you were dying, you're almost 12, and Jesus came in and saved you, I would feel like that's more than cool.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope you have a great 4th of July, and we'll see you soon.